Come to Haringey in North London, to this beautiful library here behind me, to have a chat with library worker Alan Wylie. Alan's a passionate campaigner for libraries, and he's going to tell me about the important role that libraries play in society and why we need to use our libraries more and protect them.
Libraries are very important. Libraries are a crucial public service. They don't only provide books and reading opportunities for people in IT and stuff like that. They also cover a wide spectrum of other services. People go into libraries to get referral information about housing, social services, etc., etc. So that's one reason. The other reason is that they are a kind of focal point. They're a kind of a part of the civic structure of the country. They're part of the democratic process as well. Councillors meet in libraries, people go to see their councillors. People have meetings in libraries. So they're part of the kind of community and civic structure. They're an important public service. Libraries are also important because they're one of the only places in a society and a community where people can go where they're not put under pressure to spend money. They're also important for people who want to have some quietness and to contemplate, So they're important for people that live in overcrowded accommodation, or kids that want to go and study, or just people that want to sit and read, in a safe and trusted environment. Since 2010, according to the data that we have, approximately there's 740 fewer libraries, and there's roughly 12,000 fewer library staff. Now it's very difficult to get precise data because the government department who has an overview for libraries, the DCMS, say that they don't keep data on library closures and cuts to libraries. So we campaigners have to scrabble around and get most of our data from CIPFA, who are the Chartered Institute for Finance and Accounting, Public Finance and Accounting. So we have to trawl through their reports and try and come up with figures. They release public profiles every year on libraries, so we look at those. But that is the kind of approximate numbers that we've got at the moment. Well, there is a crisis with libraries, yes. We've lost so many libraries and so many library staff in the last 8 years. And there are specific areas that spring to mind when you talk about a crisis in libraries. One of them is in London, and that's Lewisham. Lewisham has got 6 different library providers. Where the council was supposed to provide libraries, Lewisham libraries have been offloaded to lots of different groups, and there are now 6 different library providers in the same borough. And in the libraries that have been handed to volunteers, usage has gone through the floor. So usage has dropped drastically. In Sheffield, where libraries have been handed to volunteers, library usage has dropped by 60 to 70%. So it's a very difficult debate about handing libraries to volunteers, because people say, well, they're well-meaning, they're trying to do their civic good, they're trying to take over a public service that's been cut. Yes, I understand all that, but we've got to face the reality of doing that as well. That if you hand libraries to volunteers, people who are not qualified or trained to actually provide a public statutory service, then you are not only fragmenting the service, because it becomes like individual little fiefdoms, if you like, of people running something their own way without any real kind of overview or guidelines. But usage also drops. And if usage drops in a library, then councillors usually say, no one's using the library anymore, we'll close it. So one way of closing libraries is to hand them to volunteers, because then you can blame the community. Don't wait until your library's under threat of closure. Use your library. support the staff, actually set up a friends group or a campaign group before the cuts actually come, and get prepared, because they're going to come at one point. So best thing to do is use your library, take out plenty of books, support the staff, whatever you do, because they're under a lot of pressure, and actually show libraries some love and respect and use them.